It's a wonderful day for a baby puffin. It's a wonderful day for a baby puffin. It's a wonderful day for a baby puffin. Baby Puffin is waiting for his breakfast. His parents are out in the water, looking for fish to bring back for him to eat. He knows they will be back soon with something yummy to gobble up. He waddles over to the hole in the ground, where he sleeps at night and looks around. The sun is shining. The grass is swaying gently in the breeze. The other puffins have already gone out to play. And he wants to play, too. But first, he needs to wait for his breakfast. He ruffles his feathers, trying to keep still. A little pebble rolls by. A worm wiggles past. A juicy grub crawls nearby. They all look like such tasty treats, but he can't eat them. Puffins only eat fish. He watches a beetle trundle by. Then he sees a big yellow butterfly fluttering past. He tries to flap his little wings and dive after it, and that's when he hears the happy squawk of his mother. She's back from her trip into the sea. And behind her, just behind her, there is something wriggling in her beak. There are two beady black eyes staring straight at him. And before he knows what's happening, she drops the fish down onto the ground in front of him and then dives her head first into his feathered chest, nudging him, encouraging him to eat. He gobbles the fish down in a few bites, and then looks hopefully at his mom. She gives him another fish, and he gobbles that one down, too. Now he feels strong and full and ready to play. He takes off down the hill, flapping his wings and diving and swerving like the butterfly he saw earlier. When he's a bit further away, he hears his dad squawk happily and see him coming. Dad gives him a fish, too, and this time, without even waiting for it to touch the ground, he grabs it out of the air and gobbles it down. Then he runs off to join the others, who are playing a noisy game of chase near the edge of the cliff. They slide and skid on their bellies, sliding over each other and bumping and bouncing until one of the older puffins calls out for them to stop. "Time to learn how to fly," he says. The young puffins all gathered together, watching as the bigger puffins take off and dive into the sea, disappear, then reappear with a fish or a squid clamped firmly in their beaks. It's hard to watch them without feeling a little bit sick. The young puffins don't want to go into the sea. It looks so dark and scary down there. All they want to do is play on the land, roll around in the warm grass, and chase butterflies. But they know they need to learn to swim if they want to survive. So one by one, they take it in turns to go into the water and practice diving. First, they jump off the very edge of the cliff. "That's too high," says one of the older puffins, shaking his head. He shows them where to go. Instead, they need to jump off the ledge of the cliff, not the very end. One by one, they try again. This time, it's a little bit better. They splash into the water, feet first. And that's not the way to dive, says the old puffin. You need to throw yourself into the water head first. One by one, they try again. This time, it's a little bit better. But they all come up sputtering, spluttering, choking on salty seawater. Only one puffin seems happy in the water. Little baby puffin watches as the others struggle and dive and surface again. He doesn't want to go in. He wants to stay here on dry land. When it's his turn to go in, he looks up at the old puffins and shakes his head. No, he squawks. He runs away from the water, heading further along the cliff. He sits down on some rocks and sulks. Diving into the sea? Looks scary. And he watched one of the puffins hit a rock hard and come up bleeding and crying. But then he hears a familiar squawk and looks up to see his mom flying towards him. She lands on the rock beside him and ruffles his feathers with her beak. "Are you all right?" she asks. "No," he replies, sniffling. "I don't want to go in the water. It's dark and scary, and I might hurt myself." She nuzzles him with her beak. "Don't be scared," she says. "I'm going to teach you how to dive." "Really?" he asks. "Yes, really. Get in. My wings will protect you." She takes off and dives towards the water. He waits until she's almost at the bottom, before taking a deep breath and following after her. As soon as he lets go of the cliff, she scoops him up in her wings and wraps him in her soft feathers. Together, they plunge into the water. The water isn't dark. he realizes. It's sparkly and shimmering and full of dancing fish. He looks up at his mom. How do I dive? He asks. She shows him. She throws herself into the water head first, and he follows after her. He can't see anything at first, but then he sees a flash of silver. He swoops down towards it, trying to grab it in his beak, but it darts away at the last second. More fish appear. They dart and weave between his beak. They seem to be laughing at him. He feels tears stinging his eyes. Diving isn't easy, he thinks. It's hard work, and these fish are making it really difficult. Suddenly, his mom appears beside him. She catches a fish in her beak and drops it into his mouth. It's cool and slimy and tastes delicious. More fish appear. They dart and weave between his beak. He sees another one. He swoops down, trying to grab it. It darts away at the last second, but he's faster this time. He catches it and gobbles it down whole. It tastes amazing. He spots another fish and dives after it. This time, he manages to catch it before it can get away. He looks up at the sky and sees his mom giving him a big thumbs up. He dives and twists and turns, chasing more fish. After a while, he swims back to the surface and climbs out of the water onto the rocks. He shakes himself dry, ruffles his feathers, and looks back at the sea. It doesn't seem so scary now. He runs down to the other puffins and joins in their game of chase. They bump and bounce and skid and slide until it's time to go back to their burrows to sleep. Baby Puffin snuggles down into his bed of leaves and grasses and drifts off to sleep, dreaming of diving and fish and being a proper, full grown-up puffin, just like his mom and dad.